Welcome back to the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network. We're brought to you by Yak Gadget. For all your kayak fishing accessory needs, go to yakgadget.com. Pelican cases, coolers, and lighting. Go to pelican.com. The 153 Bait Company. For all your hard and soft bait needs, go to the153anglers.com. Now let's get this show started.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another segment, another edition of Chasing the Tide, your saltwater connection on the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network. I'm your host, Dustin. Everybody, hello. If you haven't watched the show before, now you know who I am. There you go. We got a good show tonight. Just want to kind of reflect on the past couple of weeks, since we recorded the last segment. Just finished up October. We're in the first part of November, and the redfish have just been really stacked up lately down here. We've had a lot of fish moving, bunching up. Some really good fish lately, and I just love this time of year. We got a couple more frontal systems pushing through. The trout are starting to transition into their winter patterns and everything, and just real excited to see some bigger fish around also on the speckled trout side of things. So yeah, it's been a fun past few weeks getting on the water. We've had some pretty good weather. It's cooled down a little bit, so it's not as hard to stay on the water all day. But yeah, enough of all that. Hope everybody had a chance to get on the water too since the last show. But we're going to get this show kicked off. We got a guy from the Northeast tonight. We're going to bring him on. I'm excited to get this kicked off and talk to Corey here. We're going to bring Corey on. What's going on, man? There he is.
Dustin.
Hey.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going, man. It's going. Yeah. Getting rolling here. We're going to get things going, man. I don't want to butcher your last name.
Pelletier.
Pelletier.
Or, as the French call it, Pelletier.
Pelletier, yeah. Yeah, Pelletier, yeah. Corey Pelletier, man. Well, welcome to Chasing the Tide, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, won't you give a quick introduction? Tell everybody where you're from, give a little backstory on how you got into fishing, and then what eventually led you into that plastic boat.
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks for having me on. Psyched to be here. Psyched to chat about fishing up here in the Northeast. Corey Pelletier. I fished for Three Bells Outfitters fishing team. Started fishing as a little kid, and always loved fishing in the saltwater. So as I got older, started surf casting. Trying to catch those big saltwater species, striped bass, bluefish from the surf. And then that's kind of what led me to the kayak. I always kind of messed around with the kayak as a kid, freshwater fishing. And, like I said, I started surf casting and started getting into some striped bass, some bigger striped bass. And, I wanted to kind of venture out from being, locked on the shoreline and be able to roam around on the coast. And so that's really what got me to buy my first fishing kayak. Got into a Hobie back in 2015, and it all started from there big time.
Yeah, haven't looked back since, huh?
No.
It's like an addiction, man. It's just
it only gets stronger. I feel like every year it's just even more of a drive to get out there and be on the water as much as I can.
Yeah, it's like, especially with everything that's been going on the past few years, that water time is my escape.
Absolutely.
Get away from the grind of work and just clear your head. Kind of like a decompression time. It's a big part in like clearing the head.
Yeah, that's been a constant.
That's
been a constant through everything. You always know you can get out on the water, and it's kind of a little reassuring.
Yeah, and then what's really cool about the kayak is that you can get on the water and usually get away from the boats because you can access areas that not all boats can get into.
As a striped bass fisherman, I know that more than everyone. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you said you've been with Three Bells for 6 years now, huh?
6 years, yep. I think I'm the
6
only one left on the team that has, been on that long.
Been on since the get go, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
having I announced it on IG and Facebook and everything, but yeah, I'm recently added recent addition to the Three Bells national team myself. So stoked to be your teammate, man.
Yes,
that's
sir.
a big
Congrats
deal.
Congrats on that.
national team. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It was a good deal to get on there and try to
Mm-hmm.
grow the brand and everything. I hope I'm not the odd one out. I'm the only one outside of the Northeast. So
no, man, you're a fishy guy. That's what we're made up of,
Oh yeah,
bunch of guys who love to fish and live and breathe it, and I think you'll fit right in.
Yeah, we got a good group of guys on the team, and then they just announced an addition of a regional team also,
Mm-hmm.
and added another 6 anglers. That's going to take the Northeast by storm up there. It looks like.
Oh yeah,
looks like that was a solid lineup, man.
Yeah, that was a big change for this year. Adding,
yes.
That is the biggest the team's been. We got the national team and the regional team, and yeah, solid group of anglers. I'm looking forward to seeing how things pan out, because I'm pretty optimistic about it.
Yeah, I think if anybody hasn't been or hasn't heard of Three Bells, go check them out. ThreeBellsOutfitters.com. They're one of the largest kayak and outdoors dealers in the Northeast there. Hobie, Feel Free, Jackson. They're a new Jackson dealer also. Got to plug that. If you're up in that area, if you listen to Chasing the Tide up that way, I've had some feedback from Jersey and some areas around there. So yeah, if y'all are listening in, go see them. I know there's a delivery.
Oh yeah, they deliver all over
for kayaks. It's
all over the Northeast, pretty much
all over the Northeast. I think 250 or 300 mile radius, I believe. Something like that.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly.
And it's definitely cheaper than the freight costs from the regular less than truckload suppliers right now. But yeah, go give them a look. Plenty of gear and kayaks, everything you could need to rig and outfit your boat is there.
Yeah, Three Bells is, it's all kayaks. That's it.
Yeah,
you go there and few brands to choose from, and they usually have what you're looking for, plus all the accessories and stuff. So specialty shop, and it's definitely worth a look for any kayaking needs.
Cool deal, man. What kicked off that relationship?
Good question. So kind of continuing my story from before, where I wanted to really dive into the saltwater, get into a plastic boat. I went to Three Bells, kind of looked up. I knew I was interested in a Hobie at the time, and I knew they were a Hobie dealer. They used to be exclusively Hobie, and since have picked up some different brands, like you said, Jackson, Bonafide, stuff like that. But so back in 2015, went over to Three Bells, got my first kayak, and started fishing hard. And so then I kind of befriended some of the people on the team, hanging out in the shop, and realized I fit in quite well with them guys. So that was kind of the start of it. And 2016, they put out applications for their team, which was a little bit different than it is now. It's come a long way, but I hopped on back then in 2016, and like you said, it's all started there.
All started there, man.
Yeah, it was a small team then. It was I think only a few four or five guys.
Yeah.
So
cool deal, man. And then you've grown up there and never left that area? You went to
Yeah, so
school and everything up
I'm
there?
from Eastern Connecticut.
Yeah.
In Three Bells is in Niantic, Connecticut,
Yeah.
which is the Connecticut shoreline of Long Island Sound. So yeah,
Some beautiful country up there, actually.
it is. Yeah, yeah, really, really nice waters. And that's where I do a lot of my fishing, Long Island Sound, even in a lot in Rhode Island too.
Yeah.
So I work in Rhode Island, live in Connecticut, bouncing around that whole area. Spend a lot of time down at the shore. So,
Man, awesome. And then that's the thing. You work on the water. You're around the water. You're actually a fisheries biologist, which I find pretty intriguing too. Being that not only do you like to go and catch the fish, but you research and do all kinds of other stuff. Does that in turn aid how you break down areas and the fish, the behavior and stuff? Do you kind of break it down into that also?
It's a funny question you asked that, because I always wonder myself what people think. People hear, oh, you're a biologist, oh, you must be a really good fisherman, and I would say there's some components of it that help, but I'd almost say it's just as much the other way around. Being a fisherman helps me be a better biologist too.
There you go.
You know, I mean, there's absolutely things that I learned through my work in conservation and like fisheries management that helped me on the water. And I would say those primary things are learning to read the water.
Yes.
Flow, contours, depth, stuff like that. But I mean, I don't think it's not what people expect. I used to, I managed the bass program, freshwater bass program for the state of Rhode Island for a few years, and I wasn't a better bass fisherman. So, but again, I mean, there's things that do transfer over that help you as a fisherman for sure.
I could see like learning the, especially in the Northeast. You get a little more of extreme weather, is the migratory patterns of certain fish. Probably can look into some research and studies of them and kind of figure out, hey, when those striped bass are going to be here, when they're going to be there, when those fluke are around, when the the bluefish are running, or speckled trout. Y'all get more weak fish up there.
Weak fish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very similar though.
Very similar, and I think the northern range of the speckled trout is probably Virginia, maybe right around there.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the migratory fish, I mean, we do a lot we get diadromous runs of river herring and shad. Yeah. So yeah, I'm in tune with once the river herring start running up into the freshwater systems, and the bass stripers are right behind them.
They're going ballistic.
Yeah, that's that's always that exciting time of year. Everything starts to come alive. Water temperatures are warming up. The migratory fish are moving up, working their way up the coast. So yeah, it's I definitely have the benefit of being in tune with that type of stuff.
That's cool, and it seems like I was wanting to touch on the diversity of the fishery up there as far as, the saltwater targeted species. I mean, you name it, it's pretty much up there.
Oh, yeah. We have, all sorts of seasons. Some of my, I'm a big striped bass guy.
Yes.
Fun catching bluefish, but I also love targeting summer flounder, fluke. Similar to what you guys get down there in Texas, but that's one of my favorite things to do in the middle of summertime. Sea bass, blackfish.
Getting the little black sea bass. Yeah.
Yep.
Sheep's head. Do y'all have sheep's head up north?
No, we don't get those this far north.
That's a little. I think Virginia might, and maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that
further.
Sounds about right. Yeah, they're a subtropical.
Tog. Y'all have tog up there?
Yeah, a lot of tog. Yeah, this is the time right now.
Ooh, yeah.
Weather's getting cold, but if you're willing to rough it out, you go out and get some good tog. I've just been seeing some reports of Rhode Island. caught a couple 20-pounders this past weekend.
Oh man,
A
I've
couple
always
of them
wanted to catch one of those. Maybe I'll get my shot. I mean, it might not be the time of year if I plan on coming out next year. The Three Bells has a tournament, the trifecta. It's a striped bass, bluefish, and
fluke.
Summer flounder fluke tournament. There's an aggregate of 3, and then they give awards for the biggest of each category also. And it's like a full-on tournament. You just fish for like freaking 30 hours straight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's our home tournament, you know. It's been a great tournament. It's grown a ton in past years. That started, I think the year I joined the team was the second year that they ran that tournament, and it went from 30 anglers back then and now we've got well over 100 anglers. It's pretty much one of the biggest saltwater kayak tournaments in the Northeast now.
Yes.
A lot of the tournaments, saltwater tournaments up here, have kind of stopped, and we're kind of holding down the biggest now, and it's a blast though. It's the best time of summer to catch those species. I mean, we have some monster striped bass around at that time.
Oh yeah,
talking
big 40-inch class.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's always a high. It usually takes 45+ inch striped bass to take that category, and oftentimes the trifecta. So,
man,
it's a good. You gotta be up here for that tournament this year.
Oh, I'm definitely hauling the Jackson up there. Bringing my own rods and everything. Right. I definitely want to come in clutch on that and catch some striper.
Some killer prizes too. I mean, for the tournament, it's always a brand new Hobie for the grand prize, which is the trifecta. Yeah, and that's the biggest total length of one of each of the 3 species.
Yeah, so if you get a slam, which is one striper, one bluefish, one fluke, and the aggregate total, that's your trifecta champion, right? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty much getting a $3,000 prize, something like that, you know. Plus tons of other good stuff, rods, reels.
Yeah, there's a lot of good prizes, and get some food and good times, some adult beverages and all that. I'm sure. Yeah. Some champagne getting popped and sprayed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We fish hard though. We fish hard. Yeah. I mean, a lot of guys fish all night long.
Oh yeah. I'll be one of them.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll be grinding it out till the last minute, trying to figure it out.
Yeah. That's right.
I need a little tidbits here and there, yo.
We'll help you out.
I'll be pop licking. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So the experience in that tournament, that area, that fishery, you have a chance to catch all 3 of those fish in a pretty tight area, or you have to move around and launch in different spots, or are you able to target those 3 species right there, like pretty close?
No, you could catch. You could launch at one spot, catch all those species, one area. Yeah, definitely.
That's
just
pretty cool.
Change the depth of water you're fishing. Yeah. You know, figure out what they're doing. I mean, striped bass. I like fishing for striped bass at night mostly. I mean, that's when the big girls come in shallow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you know, you catch them all day long. You know, fish some top water.
Yeah.
Catch striped bass, blues the same way. You know,
then you just drop bluefish are, man. We used to catch them in Southeast Georgia. Yeah, and they just wreck your tackle.
They do.
Wreck your plugs, wreck your lures.
Yeah.
You know, I throw a lot of top water down here, and I really enjoy the redfish and the speckled trout. And then we'll get a small Spanish mackerel in the bay systems every now and then.
Oh, no way.
Tide push. And you talk about blowing up on the top water, man. That's pretty cool to see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm a top water fiend. I'll throw it all day and not even skip a beat. You know, I caught some fish on that today. Yeah. I caught some on a one knocker. I went bass fishing today. Actually, I've think since April, this is only my third time targeting bass.
You're talking large
Yeah,
mouth?
largemouth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been getting out again. We got tournament season about to start back up in January. I'm gonna try to switch gears a little bit and fish a few more bass events. We got some great trails over here in Texas, to take advantage of, and then I'm gonna travel a little bit and hit a few national tournaments and see what I can do.
Yeah, what's the deal with the 10-pounders down in Texas? Are they hard to come by, or?
Yeah, they're.
I always hear Texas as the
we got
giant
some toads.
largemouth.
We got some toads. We have some toads for sure. I caught a 10.92 last April.
Wow. Wow. I've never even seen a bass that big.
I've had some, some 7, 8, plenty of 7 and 8 pounders, and some fish that I know what size they were. I'm about an hour and 25 minutes from Choke Canyon, which has come back like really well in the last 3 to 4 years. We had a big drought, and it affected the fishery a little bit there. But what was cool about that place is when the water was super low, the boats couldn't launch at the boat ramps. So the kayaks could drive down and launch. You could drive down the big boat ramp and then drive on the dirt, the bank, and then get out to the water. But the boats couldn't launch because of it just.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you had it all to yourself.
You had a lot of that area to yourself, and I actually caught some really good fish in there then. But the past few years, it's turned on a little bit more. Water looks real good, a lot of vegetation. The levels have been good. It's been fishing real well. But
if I get down to Texas, that's what I want to do. I want to come do some bass fishing down there. I've always wanted to hit up some largemouth down in Texas. So.
We got plenty of lakes that you'll have a shot at catching some good fish. I got a little lake you can go to about an hour and 10 minutes away. It's not big. It's pretty small, and it's not well known. I'm not even going to say the name of it, but
no spot burning though.
But you'll. I want to say I've caught 7 fish out of there, 24-inch plus in the last 2 years.
Wow. Yeah. That sounds like a honey hole then.
It's a good honey hole. Yeah. But there's a lot of good lakes. There's lakes you can go get numbers, and then there's lakes that are just known for bigger fish, Got a lot of
that's awesome.
And then I'm 30 minutes from the saltwater from Lavaca Bay. And when I work, I can be fishing in 5 minutes when I get off work.
That's prime. That is prime.
Yeah, I can be catching redfish in 5 minutes.
Wow.
Be launched and done. Yeah.
I'm fairly fortunate that I'm only half hour, 40 minutes away from the saltwater.
Saltwater, yeah.
I live on a freshwater lake. We got trophy pike in the lake I live on. Some nice largemouth. So.
Yeah,
you're in a good area.
We are more saltwater based on chasing the tide, but man, y'all have some great freshwater fishery up there too, with the
absolutely
trout and pike and everything else in between.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got the Fish and Wildlife agencies up here put a lot into stocking trout in the freshwater, streams, lakes, ponds.
Yeah.
The bass do pretty well up here. They don't grow quite like they do down in Texas.
Yeah, they're growing.
Everything's bigger in Texas, so
yeah.
Yeah. But we got a killer northern pike program here in Connecticut. Like I said, I live on a trophy pike lake, and I mean they get
talking 30-inch pike.
Oh yeah, 30-inch all day, and then you get some 15. I've never caught a 20-pounder, but they're up here. They're in the waters here.
Oh wow!
So yeah, they're a fun time.
So I know a big push here. We have a lot of kayak guys that fish, but they've been converting over to using the kayak for waterfowl hunting.
Yep.
And it's making a pretty good push because you can sure get back in the marsh where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for the divers and stuff we get over here. We get a lot of teal right now. Pigeon, some canvasback, ringneck, the ruddy ducks, little divers, a lot of divers, some spoonbills, some redheads.
You guys got a diverse list of species there.
Yeah, we got a diverse. They come through. We get some pintails through every now and then.
Nice.
Cinnamon teal, gadwalls. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen half those species up here.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. We can get some bufflehead. I mean, you'll see them every now and then. Wood ducks. I saw wood ducks today on the lake I fished today. I fished Fayette Reservoir. It's a cooling lake for a power plant. There's a couple within there's Lake Bastrop and then Fayette are within about 35 minutes of each other. And they're both about an hour and 15 minutes from me. So, you get a lot of submergent vegetation in those warmer lakes like that. So you have a lot of waterfowl in there. Can't hunt them, but it's pretty cool to see all of them. It's like, gosh, dang, man. Wow. It's, especially later in the year after the season's over, like January, February, some of them birds are still around and their plumage is just so perfect. You're like, wow, that one will look great on the wall right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's like, man, I can't get that one.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, I throw my jerk bait at it. Oops,
I've been getting into some waterfowl hunting from the kayak, and man, what an awesome platform to get out there. And I have a lot of buddies who waterfowl hunt, and a lot of people still use a kayak just to kind of get out to the spots because you're hunting a lot of marshes, shallow water and stuff. And from what I understand, I mean, the kayak's always been used just as a piece of transportation, to where you're going fishing. But I started using mine a couple of years ago. I just got into waterfowl hunting a few years ago, and had the camo kayak, and was like, I'm gonna go start, shooting some ducks off the kayak. And my kayak, like I said, I'm a Hobie guy, and I love how comfortable the Hobies are. And so I started just sitting in my kayak. I'll throw some burlap or camouflage myself. Yeah. Maybe pull it up on the shoreline a little bit so it's so it's real stable and you could stand up if you want to. But man, that you're just sitting in the seat, kicking back. Some ducks come by, you don't even have to stand up.
Right.
And it's been I've just loved hunting out of my kayak. It's been such a good platform for it, and everybody, all my buddies would look at me funny, like, "What are you sitting in your kayak for? Aren't you gonna get out or something?" And I'm just kicking back and killing it. Done pretty well in the kayak, and having the camo kayak and then throwing a little bit of burlap over top of your legs or something, and over your drive and stuff. It works great, and definitely a underutilized market. I mean, you don't.
Yeah, for sure. Well, there's.
I'm just starting to hear.
Too, actually, Freebell's just got in some of the
yak gear,
blind
covers, right?
Yak gear cover and blind. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on one of those. Because that's the hardest part. It's just kind of covering up the little bits that might catch a bird's eye and stuff. Yeah.
Something might reflect or something. Yep.
Yeah. But I've goose hunted off mine, duck hunted, and it's been it's great. It's so comfortable. Got my Yeti full of coffee right in the cup holder. And you got everything on the kayak. You don't have to offload a bunch of stuff. You can kind of go out, pedal around, set your decoys, and go back in. Pull it up on the shore maybe a little bit.
I mean, there's actually
back in the reeds.
Gun holders that fit in your track mounted accessories that hold your shotgun. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool too. There's everything. Everything you can imagine for a kayak is out there pretty much, or is on the way out. You know, that's the cool thing that over the years that we've seen that advancement in accessories that make fishing, hunting, everything out of that kayak easier for the person. You know,
yeah. I always thought my setup was kind of cool with. I just got one of the Yak Attack paddle holders, the roller ones, and then I put the barrel of my shotgun in that, and then I have my Yeti full of coffee in the cup holder, and the handle of the shotgun just wraps. It fits perfectly right around that, and it sort of locks it in next to my seat.
Oh, cool! It just fits down in there.
Golden. Yeah, it's awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that's underutilized. It is catching on over here. We got a couple of guys that offer guide services that do like, you know, fishing trips and stuff, but they're starting to do some of the waterfowl hunts and stuff too as guided trips, and they're doing pretty good. I know some guys got on the water this weekend and had a pretty good weekend. It's like, man, they had some pretty birds, and
it's in season down there now?
Yeah, it's in season right now. Cool. We just started our second. We had an early till season in September when it's still hot, but that second half just kicked off this past weekend. You know, and it's always fun to go get some and then, you know, clean them up, you know, strip them breast out and, you know, wrap them in bacon with a little bit of jalapeno inside of them.
Ooh.
Put them on that smoker.
Do
a little barbecue thing, put on there. You know,
Good
cut
stuff.
a little pouch out in that breast, and you stuff it with some boudin. See, I don't know if y'all have boudin. Y'all don't get boudin.
No.
Man,
that sounds
good. I'm gonna have to bring some up there. We're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, I'm not a fancy chef. I just slap some steak seasoning on the breast and throw it on the grill and call it a day.
Yeah, those are good too.
I like it like that. You know.
Yeah, we'll chicken fry them. You know, we'll do you know, just the seasoned flour and pan fry them, and then the drippings. I'll make a gravy with caramelized onions and jalapenos in the gravy.
Oh, damn!
It's top notch, man. But
the
duck wraps are where it's at. You take a breast and you cut it in like 3 strips, and then you take a jalapeno, cut it in like 4 pieces, and you put the breast in the jalapeno and wrap it in bacon. And then like all you got to do is like brush it with Italian dressing and throw some steak seasoning on it while you're grilling it on the grill.
I gotta step my game up,
dude. The duck and dove wraps. That's all we do over here. And I do a sweet and sour one too. It's a jalapeno with a pineapple with the duck breast wrapped in bacon, and you put sweet and sour sauce on it.
Jeez,
that sounds
killer.
That one's off the chain right there. That one's good too. But yeah,
I gotta step up my game with the duck. We're coming into duck season end of the month now, so I think November 25th it starts, somewhere around there. So that's we had our 1 week early season in October.
Yeah,
and then our late season will start.
Y'all just a little bit behind us.
Yeah. Okay.
And then do y'all have sea ducks up there also?
We do. Yeah, I've never targeted those myself, but we got them though. Scoters, eiders.
Yeah, the eiders and all that. They look funny with that little droopy.
Yeah.
They look like something. I don't know. Yeah, they're kind of crazy looking. They got some cool colors on them and some cool plumage. Pretty cool.
No, I've seen them, but I've never been out there targeting them. So
for sure, do, though. Man, you got me. Oh man, talking about food. I'm talking about some. You know, listening to the announcements the other day for the regional team. You know, they had Lauren on. Lauren is from Three Bells on the Jigs and Bigs podcast. I've been recently started listening to them dudes. You got Sean the fisherman and freaking. Bobby roast beef. Dude, them guys crack me up, man. I need a soundboard like them. I need all them sound effects, dude. They're cracking me up, man. If y'all have listened, there's another podcast I'm gonna throw y'all's way. Y'all go listen to Jigs and Bigs, man. Them guys are freaking crazy.
Yeah, they're good dudes. Yeah. Sean from Jigs and Bigs is now on our regional team.
He's now on the regional team. Yep,
that's pretty exciting.
Sure deal. Sure is. I know they were talking about Buc-ee's, which is one of our. It's a Texas-based convenience store. It's more like a damn Walmart. You know, the big ones have like 125, 150 gas pumps.
Really?
And you go
I
inside.
never even heard of that.
There's like, all right, yeah, I'm sending y'all some stuff. I'm sending it to Sean. I'm gonna send some to Three Bells, but they got these things called beaver nuggets. It's like a Buc-ee's. It's a buck-tooth beaver, is what it is. They're beaver nuggets. They're like some puffed caramel puffs, like corn puffs, but caramel coated. They got salted caramel. Man, they got all kinds of flavors. They have everything you could imagine in that store. They finally branched out of Texas. There's a couple in Florida now. There's one in Alabama, like on the way to Gulf Shores. They're branching out.
What you say? Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's. B-U-C-E-E apostrophe S. Buc-ee's.
Okay.
It's like a Wawa on steroids, like 10 times.
Okay. I can relate now. I know about
I like the
Wawas
Wawas too. I like those too.
Yeah.
But
we got Cumbies up here. That's all we got. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, Buc-ee's. People try to copy.
Yeah.
But it ain't nothing. In Florida, they try to do something called a busy bee, and they try to do all their little same kind of stuff. But yeah, it don't got nothing on the Buc-ee's. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. You got tacos, you got pulled pork, you got chopped brisket sandwiches, you got everything
at the Buc-ee's?
You can imagine. Buc-ee's got everything.
Yeah.
All at the Buc-ee's. Yeah.
I'd be getting fat. And that's a Combi stop after you get off the water.
Yep.
Before you get on the water or something.
Yep. Jerky, like,
oh
man. You can spend an hour in there just looking at stuff, and then some of them even have like fishing gear and camping gear and all that kind of stuff.
No way.
And then they got like stuff for the wife to go look at. Like my wife will be in there looking at all the little decorations and stuff, and it's just like, oh man, just
never heard anything like that.
Hurting my pocket, hurt my wallet. But yeah, hey, yeah. How about a Buc-ee's? How about we need a Buc-ee's sponsorship for the
little Buc-ee's sponsorship. Yeah. Or some Buc-ee's up in the Northeast. It sounds like a good.
Yeah. I'm gonna send y'all a little goodie bag, a little treat sack.
Yeah.
See what y'all.
Make sure you put my name on that too.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. All right, now we're gonna move along a little bit here. I usually do a segment called Pick 3. And what it is I ask, give you a specific fish that you'd be targeting. And then I ask you for 3 setups. You got 3 setups you're going to take with you. Yeah. What are they, and what's going to be tied on them? And the species is striper.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'd say my number one go-to is a St. Croix Mojo inshore. 7.5 foot. 7.5 foot's my sweet spot for the kayak.
Yeah.
Most all my rods are 7.5 foot on the yak. But yeah, the Mojo inshore. What is it? I wrote it down. Medium heavy fast action. Paired with a Shimano Stratic 5000. That's like, that's my golden setup right there. That's what I catch most of my big stripe bass on.
Yeah.
40 pounders. Handle them on that setup. That's absolutely my go-to for, all around, I would say. And then this year I started throwing the Daiwa Proteus 7.5 foot again. It's the medium heavy fast action casting rod.
Yeah.
So I got that paired with Lexa WN 300.
Oh, cool deal.
I've never been much of a bait caster guy, but I've been getting into it in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Throwing like big soft plastics and stuff like that.
Big Hobies.
Yeah. Hobies. And we got gravity tackles up here. Zinger baits. Those have been big for me the past couple of years. And so that one really impressed me this year. I was using that a lot, pulled in some big fish on that, and it handled them like a champ. And then I've got this one rod that I don't usually. It's a lighter lighter tackle setup, but it's the G Loomis E6X. I got it in the medium extra fast action, and that's got a Shimano Stratic the CI4 3000 on it.
3000, yeah.
And that rod, I'll throw that for, when I'm going for schoolie stripers, earlier in the year, something like that. But that rod is probably one of my favorite to fish, because I'll use that from everything for largemouth bass, to pike, to striped bass. I've caught 20-pound carp on that rod, and you look at it, it looks like a little bass rod, but it's got some backbone to it, and it's light, it's fun to fish. So yeah, I'd say that those are my three go-tos. I love all those rods. I'd buy more of them. I gotta buy more.
Yeah. We got a local company here, Waterloo. They're a supporter of the podcast, and they're a sponsor of mine. And the rods that I catch, the slot redfish on, they're they're medium light, fast and extra fast. 6'9", 7 foot. I mean, you'd see some of these rods, and I've caught 36 to 45-inch redfish on these rods, on crankbaits and top waters, on 15-pound braid with 15-pound fluorocarbon leader.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nice light tackle.
Yeah, it's super fun. I mean, but the backbone, the way these blanks are made is just insane. The backbone on them is what saves you.
Yeah. Well, when you come up, I'll have to check them out. I've never
for flounder. They're so sensitive for flounder.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I run Daiwa. I just recently got put on Daiwa about 2 months ago.
Nice.
So I run their coastal SVTWs, and I've been using the Tatula CTs for my bass setups.
Yeah, I got a Tatula setup, rod and bait caster for freshwater.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Super smooth. They cast a mile. Yeah. I've been real pleased with them. It's been a good deal. So yeah,
it's nice having light setups for. You're chucking top water all day or something like that. You're
fatigue.
With a heavy setup, that arm gets tired. I mean, up here for if it's light out, I'm 90% of the time I'm probably throwing top water for stripers.
Yeah.
And big, 7 to 9 inch, hard plastic baits, like spooks and
big spooks.
Oh man, your arms are burning
after
a couple hours. Yeah. So a lighter setup's nice.
Do you troll any?
A little bit, yeah.
Some lip baits and stuff. Some of the bigger,
Yeah, we'll throw some big metal lips, something like that. If there's bunker around, I'll troll with live eels sometimes. That's deadly for striped bass.
Oh yeah.
If you're gonna go out there and you never targeted them before, you throw on a live eel and troll it.
That's why those Hobies work so good, because they look like an eel.
That's funny you said, because the past year or two, this year, big soft plastics like Hobies I just really caught on to them, and I've always fished them, but I've never had it's really started to click. Yeah. This year I caught almost all my big fish on these big soft plastics, and it's a finesse to it, you kind of figure out what they want, but man, it clicked this year, and I caught some big bass on these 13, 14-inch soft plastics.
Yeah.
And it is fun. It is. You're not dealing with a bunch of live bait eels that are hard to get on the hook,
Well, you just get versed with them artificials, because the trifecta is artificial only too.
Yeah, they are.
But what's cool about those big plastics and big glide baits, I've transitioned a lot of those lures to speckled trout fishing.
Okay.
For the trophy size speckled trout, I've used a lot of the new, like the bigger glide and the bigger weight glides, and then like Magnum flukes. Some of the 7-inch paddle tails, like the line through big swim
Yeah,
baits that
okay.
we use for
Okay.
bass. I've
Like jointed? Are you using jointed or
some of those
hard bodied?
hard bodies and some of the
Yeah.
line through plastic. MC
Okay.
Swimmer makes a really good one, 7 inches long. They got some
Okay.
good colors that transition well to saltwater, and I've done really good in jerk baits.
Mhm. Yeah.
Vision 110s. Got a guy in Florida that paints some custom ones, does really well. Jeff Brown paints some great baits. And they've been working like magic, especially this time of year when at transition time they're staging off of the deeper shell and stuff right now, and just when you find them like that suspended twitch bait works so good.
Is that what you're mostly throwing for those fish down? Are you throwing all artificial?
I throw all artificial all the time.
Mostly jerk baits, or you switching up with the
jerk bait, soft plastic, a lot of spooks.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little popping rattle cork with a shrimp imitation.
Okay.
That company Grande that I'm with makes a really cool kicking shrimp. It's got a little twin paddle tails that kind of just moves. I'll just throw that on a light jig head too sometimes when I'm chasing the redfish that are schooling up and pushing bait down the shorelines and everything. So, there's a lot of stuff, the same way like the striper you can use a lot of different techniques, to chase these redfish and trout. I catch them on chatterbaits, ice strike makes a great chatterbait without a skirt. It's just the ice strike jig head and the Z-Man blade. I mean, and you put your soft plastic on there, and I'd be willing to bet that would work well on the striper up there like some of the deeper channel edges and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Soft plastic, the 5/0 size with the half-ounce head and about a 6-inch paddle tail would probably do some damage.
Yeah, I always wonder that, you got some spinner baits or something like that, because that imitates all sorts of bait fish. And, it's kind of unheard of in the saltwater. But I use them. Imagine it would work.
The flashy swimmers, the owner beast flashy swimmers, 8/0 and 10/0.
Yeah,
7-inch paddle tail.
That would definitely be a killer up.
Yep, I think the striper would hammer those pretty good.
Yeah, I mean anything up here, you throw on a half-ounce jig head with a paddle tail. Oh, crush stripers all day long with that.
I'll be looking forward to that.
That's the go-to.
Late January next year.
Yep.
It's gonna be on. It will be on, man. Dude, I'm looking forward to that. This whole deal, man, with the, looking forward to traveling some next year.
Yeah.
Kind of opening back up a little bit more,
Oh yeah, I know. Hopefully, everything keeps opening up. COVID starts to teeter away.
Take a back seat. Yeah.
It's about time, man.
This year wasn't as bad as last year. Last year when it hit pretty hard, a little harder. But hopefully
like we said though, I mean, fishing has been a little bit of a getaway from that. Yeah. It's a constant. You could always go fishing. You don't have to be near anybody on the water. Get away from everyone.
Social.
That's what I like. That's what I like about it. Yep.
For sure, man. Well, dude, we're gonna try to wrap things up now.
Yes, sir.
But I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Yeah, it was a blast. Chatting with you, and again, welcome to the team, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's shaping up. Big things going on. I mean, Lauren and Derek and them over at the shop, they're working. They're working hard. They're working on bringing in new brands. They're working on different programs. I mean, they'll be starting to plan for the trifecta this year. They hook it up. I mean, for customers, that's the place to go. They've been so supportive of me since they've came on and took over the management of the shop. I mean, anything whatever you ask, they're
on their toes.
Hook it up, Yeah, they are. So if anybody's looking to get into the kayak market, or if you're up in the Northeast and get some work done in your kayak, or just looking for some parts, Hit up Three Bells. They're willing to work. They got everything, and good people.
Good people,
So,
and some affordable financing too. If you don't have all that money,
That's right. Yeah, they just
you
started
can
doing
go
that.
and finance that kayak. Make the payments if you don't want to fork over all that money all at one time.
Yeah,
definitely a good thing there too.
Whatever it takes to get in.
Yeah, whatever it takes to get in, get your foot in the door. Yeah. Take advantage of it for sure. Well, I'll give you the mic right now. Shout out to everybody. Throw some. If you got anybody you want to thank or sponsor, support, and all that, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm just Three Bells and Hobie. I've been on the Hobie team for 5 years now, and they're my go-to. I've always had a Hobie, and I don't think I'll switch. So they hook us up, and they're definitely glad to be part of their team. And yeah, those are my two main supporters right there: Three Bells and Hobie.
There you go.
So proud to represent them and recommend them to anybody.
Cool deal, man. Well, I look forward to making it over there and meeting everybody in person. Come hang out and catch some fish. I think.
We'll get you on the water up here in the Northeast. Try to get you on a 30-pound striped bass. That'll change you.
That'd be insane.
That'll change you.
That would be insane if that will happen. But yeah, man. Everybody, got the pop-up down there. Go follow Corey on Instagram. It's right there. You can check it out. See Pelletier 1.
Thank you.
_ C _ Pelletier.
C_.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all go check him out. Follow him, follow his content. Go check him out. Go check out Three Bells and check out what all they have to offer, everything. And once again, like to thank all the listeners out there for listening to this segment on Paddle and Fin, and show supporters, Truchador & Co. and Waterloo Rod Company. Then all our podcast sponsors. We really appreciate everybody. 153 Baits, Yak Gadget, Pelican. Man, I need to make a list. There you go. Stumble on your words, Dustin. That's what it is. You all heard it in the intro in the beginning. It's all good. But yeah. Hey, we couldn't do this without the listeners, without everybody listening, and then without the guests coming on here and sharing their story. So big thanks to everybody, and we'll catch y'all next time on Chasing the Tide. Out.